What's up everyone, my name is Eva, welcome back to Pillar Topics, and today we're taking another look at r/EntitledParents, where apparently their child is more important than everybody else in the entire world. My family is pressuring me to give my sister my wedding venue because she needs it more and is pregnant. Part 1. My fiance and I have been together for 8 years and engaged for 3. I was doing my PhD program and was juggling planning the wedding. My fiance took much of that work, but it was perfect because our dream venue was booked until after my graduation. So what we did was book our dream venue 3 years in advance. It is a really beautiful venue. The only slot we got was September of this year. My sister got engaged a few months ago to her now fiance. They were planning on having a spring wedding next year. They had no venue lined up, but had a few vendors lined up as well as a set date. Yesterday, our parents invited us and our significant others to a family barbecue, where my sister announced to our extended family that she is expecting. Everyone was so happy for her and my brother-in-law, who was a great guy. My nan asked my sister if the wedding was still on the set date or if they were going to wait. Because of the baby, she said no, that she hoped to move it to September. No big deal. We didn't have many out-of-town guests, so they could attend both weddings no problem. Nan was happy and asked sister if she needed help planning such a short-notice wedding. My sister then turns around and said, "That's what I wanted to talk to you about. I was really hoping we could kinda take your venue. I really cannot stress myself too much with planning a wedding while going to maternity classes, and I think it's so beautiful. It would really mean a lot to me." It went silent, but everyone was looking at me expecting to say, "Yes, of course, everything for my little sister." My brother-in-law looked very uncomfortable and told her that they talked about this and that it was not okay to put me on the spot. But my sister just said, "Don't be like that. My sister wants to do what's best for me, so it's no big deal, right?" I said, "Well, it kind of is. I don't know. I have my heart really set on the venue." Cue the crying. Typical sob story. She stormed off. Nan told me that I was being selfish because she needed the venue more than I did. I mean, if she just waited to get pregnant until after she got married, she wouldn't need the venue, but you know, she's not responsible. I tried to defend myself, and my mother said, "You waited 3 years. Would it have killed you to wait a few more months? When has your sister ever asked for something?" A few comments later, my fiance got really mad and we left. My sister called me crying and said that it was unfair that I always get what I want and that I could have done this one thing for her. Dad said it's just a venue and what matters is the person you're marrying. Okay, then why does the sister want the venue and why is it such a big deal that OP doesn't want to give sister the venue? If it's all about who you're marrying. He's kind of right, but we have been planning this for so long. My fiance is furious with my family and doesn't even want my sister to come. Now my family is threatening not to come because I'm being selfish and my sister needs it more than me because having a baby is too stressful. Yeah, well, I don't think she needs it more. I think she's being the selfish brat here and not you. So, yeah, not your problem. Part 2. My brother-in-law called me and apologized for the inconvenience. He told me he had discussed it with my sister and she had told him she would not ask. Oh, so she also lies to her potential husband as well. He's probably mad at her now and warned me that my sister is blaming me for potentially ruining her marriage. I mean, the only person who ruined it is your sister by getting knocked up and then intentionally lying to her husband and making him feel embarrassed to even be around your sister. My father has sent me about 5 long texts along the lines of, "I hope you're happy. Your sister hasn't stopped crying since yesterday," and so on and so on. My fiance and I have decided to boot my sister from the bridal party and replace her with my aunt, who is the only family member that took my side. Yeah, well-deserved, that aunt, and yeah, well-deserved that sister as well. We have not decided whether or not we will invite my family as a whole. Furthermore, my mom took it upon herself to tell on us. She called my fiance's parents and told them that it would be best if my sister gets it because she's pregnant and preeclampsia runs in the family, whatever that means. My future father-in-law told them to go screw themselves and basically ripped my mom a new one for expecting something so ridiculous and that they were going to lose me if they kept playing favorites. So, my mom is now crying too and saying that my father-in-law is a jerk. The only jerks here are your family. This is just getting so pathetic. It seems straight out of a bad soap opera. My in-laws are driving to us currently with some supper and wine and basically told me not to worry and that no matter what happens, they will be my safety net. I cried of happiness. Part 3. So it hasn't been that long, but this post blew the heck up. I was expecting only a few answers, but the support was overwhelming. What boggled my mind is that the story flooded over to mainstream media. But let's get to the story. So, since this went viral, a lot happened. My sister saw this while browsing on her Reddit account. She lost her mind. She accused me of painting her like a loony and misinterpreting the facts. Info: my sister got wind of the situation due to various media outlets and went on Reddit. She said I was being unfair, that she was family and that she asked nicely because she loves me. That makes no sense. She obviously doesn't love you if she was only asking to be quote-unquote polite because she had every intentions of telling you, no, this is gonna be my wedding venue, you could screw off. She also underlines the fact that the opinion of internet strangers doesn't count because family is more important and I should focus on making my family happy. The only text I sent back was this: I'm sorry that you perceived it that way. I did not in any manner distort what happened. As you might note, I didn't describe your tone nor exaggerated anything. Perhaps you might have that night different in your mind than I do, but I digress. I am sick and tired of bending to your will. My whole life I've been your servant and doormat. Remember all those birthdays I had to share with you because you would throw a tantrum because you didn't get presents? Or when you cried so that I would fill out job applications for you? But the thing that has hurt me the most till now is when you ruined my graduation. I am done. I admit that I also spoiled you, but I will not any longer. If you want to marry so bad before your baby is born, then you can look at Hotel X that offers last-minute weddings. I've spent too much time planning my wedding to gift it to you. And if you want to ruin our relationship over this, then go ahead. I will sleep safe and sound knowing it wasn't my fault. The only thing she sent me: wow, you must love me so very much, and blocked me. She unblocked me this morning to send me this. Wedding planner. Hello dear, I got the message from your mother and will proceed with the rebooking of the venue on the spot. However, this will have extra costs as we have to change the names on the contract. Please come by my office tomorrow so we can sign the new contract. Sister. That's great, I'll be there at 9. My parents. My parents haven't actually written me since the whole thing with my father-in-law. My older brother, yes, I have an older brother, but he lives in another city and wasn't at the barbecue. That's why I didn't mention him. Plus, he initially could not come to the wedding because of work and changed his plans after hearing about the story. Contacted me and wanted to know what happened because he got a weird story from my mom and dad. Mom had told him that I offered previous to the barbecue to give up my venue to my sister and that I humiliated her. I told him what really happened, and he had no problem believing me. We talked a lot about our parents' behavior, and he confessed that him moving away was partly due to our parents being, and I quote, poo heads to us. He told me that mom had gotten wind from the post and was mad at me for betraying my family. I haven't written my parents what so many of you have advised me to because I have to come to terms with the fact that they love my sister more than me, if they love me at all. The wedding. We sat together and put passwords with the majority of our vendors and our venue directly. We didn't talk to our planner yet, which is why the text of my sister worries me so much. We also canceled the catering that my parents paid for. So short term, we won't be able to get a full catering like we wanted to, but all of our friends, my fiance's family, will help us prepare a buffet, and everyone is going to chip in. That will be our bachelor party. As we will have to spend more on our food now, we canceled our bachelor parties and will have a family and friends cooking session. Thank you again for helping me see how toxic my family is. I will try to sort it out. If they apologize from the bottom of their heart, they will be allowed into my wedding. But if not, then well, I still have my brother who will be walking me down the aisle, and my aunt. Part 4. We called the planner and she was actually horrified. She told me she had never as much talked to my mother since the day we went to book the venue. She assured me that if they were to call and say that I wanted it, I had to be present to make any changes. So we informed everyone that will work for us on our wedding, and they offered to hire security for that day at a reduced price. So basically your parents are saying, and your sister's saying, your sister's so irresponsible. She got knocked up before she got married. She deserves your wedding venue because she just deserves it. Yeah, she deserves it for being irresponsible, getting knocked up, and then throwing a hissy fit about not having your wedding venue. I may understand if they asked nicely, politely behind closed doors and gave you a more valid reason than, I was irresponsible and got knocked up, give me your wedding venue. Okay, anyway, on to the next story. Entitled Mom calls security on my friend because he's black. So this is an old story, about 4 years ago, but it makes my blood boil still. My friend, who we'll call Stefan, was babysitting this family's kids while they were out. This is nothing out of the ordinary. My friend did this pretty regularly as well, with the same family. A detail that will be important later is my friend is African American, and this happened in a mostly upper-class white neighborhood. So he decided to drive the kids over to get pizza from a restaurant nearby, and they were waiting in line. While they were waiting, Entitled Mom walks in with her kid and sees my friend with the 2 kids, both 8 and 10 respectively, and goes up to him and starts talking. "Excuse me, are these kids with you, sir?" My friend: "Yeah, I'm babysitting these kids while their parents are away." "Are you sure that's true?" "What do you mean?" "Do these kids know you?" "Yes, they do. Is there a problem, ma'am?" At this point, Entitled Mom crouches down on one knee to one of the kids. "Little girl, do you know this man?" Her: "Yes, he's our babysitter." Entitled Mom gets up with her kid and walks out the door. My friend and the 2 kids get their pizza, and the 2 kids are eating while my friend is texting on his phone. Suddenly, a security guard walks in the door. Security guard: "Sir, are you with these children?" "Yes, sir." "Okay, well, I got called over here because I heard someone tell me about some suspicious behavior going on." At this point, my friend just wants to leave as quickly as possible. When he walks out the door with the security guard, Entitled Mom tries to stop him. "I'm sorry, but I just wanted to make sure these kids were safe. It's just..." At this point, my friend had had enough. He pulled out his phone and called the kids' parents, confirming that yes, they knew him, and yes, he was their babysitter. After that, the Entitled Mom tried to apologize. Not to my friend, mind you, to the guard. "I'm so sorry for wasting your time, sir. It's just when I saw those kids with this gentleman, I got a funny feeling." After that, he drove back home where the kids' parents were waiting for them. "Yes, I just want to make sure these kids are safe by making them feel extremely uncomfortable and unsafe around me and this man, so please make it happen." That is all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and maybe go check out a few of our other videos.